My name is Sally Smart. I'm in my studio preparing my exhibition, Staging the Studio, for the Margaret Lawrence Gallery at the University of Melbourne, where I'm currently Vice-Chancellor's Fellow. The work spans a 5-year period based on 2 series of work. The pedagogical puppet, where you can expect to see blackboards and text and moving image, and hanging elements like puppets, and the choreography of cutting, where you can expect large curtain backdrop works based on the early 20th century avant-garde dance company, the Ballet Russe.
Look, Sally's one of Australia's most accomplished artists. She's had exhibitions all over the world. This particular exhibition, however, it's a pretty special project. It's certainly one of the largest showings of Sally's work for a number of years in Melbourne.
In thinking about the pedagogical puppet work and the idea of the blackboard, I've painted the walls of the Margaret Lawrence Gallery black, and through the installation period I will use the boards in terms of, I call it a script because it's a script of all the notes and writings that I have developed since 2012.
Whilst she's shown those works in museums before, actually having that in the context of an art school, I think there's something very powerful about that.
I was reminded also, of course, with that space, the idea around process and showing process. So from that trajectory, I was also revealing that there was this great processes that I was and lineages, if you like, the lineages in my thinking and my life as an artist and how I developed as an artist, but also how I might make these lineages and connections visual on a blackboard.
I think it takes a lot of courage actually to let people into your thinking process. Having such strong references to the studio in the gallery, flips that whole paradigm around, and what's inside becomes outside, what's outside becomes inside. That private realm of the studio becomes the public realm of the gallery.
So in developing the choreography of cutting work was really around my whole practice from, since I was a student here at the VCA, starting to develop out of painting, but then through painting, cutting up my paintings, wanting to take them out of the space of a rectangle of the discrete canvas, if you like, and move it into the space of the wall. But I was also, at that moment in time, looking at choreography and looking at performance. I very much wanted to insert myself in this process of my body making these cut-out elements around dance and performance, and the idea that how do choreographers image movement in their choreographic drawings. Was that like how I made my work, where I cut up various fabrics and pin it to the gallery wall, but also to my studio wall? And what is informing that work, and how is that work being informed through that movement? The choreography of cutting then started to develop through to the Ballet Russe. That's always been a very big area of interest for me, and I've been digitally cutting up costumes of the Ballet Russe and making them into digital collages, and the digital collages have been made into embroideries. So you'll see some of the evidence of those embroideries as costumes. I almost have to stage it to see it, to present it, and in that staging things get revealed, and I guess it's like a rehearsal period. So there's a certain amount of courage having required to actually do that, because in a way it's like the first time it's going to be seen, and the first time, is it finished, or is it in a process of finishing, or is it in a process of making, or at what stage is it?
One of the things that's really interesting about Sally's practice is that she weaves a whole range of elements into her own practice.
It really has become a very multidisciplinary space within the space of the pedagogical blackboard, if you like. So not unlike being here at the VCA, where you have all the different schools. This idea of staging the studio, well, this is very much about how my life as an artist has been staged over these last 5 years. All of that is being revealed in this exhibition.
Given that she actually attended art school here in Melbourne, it's kind of nice that this exhibition represents the full circle, almost like showing here again as a bit of a homecoming.